Hi folks, just watching the end of that everyone else burns. It's brilliant. It's such a good program. I love it. Well, because it's I've been in churches where they do some of those things, like the whole idea that two single people can have any sort of contact, or be in a space together unsupervised. Well, because in one of the churches it had occurred where two people, I don't know whether they were both single or whatever, but two people had been cleaning the church and they decided to have sex in the church. They couldn't even wait till they got out of the church. How on earth you can't wait to get out of the church before having sex? I do not know. It's beyond me. But, yeah. They then put a ban. You cannot have a man and a woman and clean the church together, unsupervised. Yeah. There's no desire for God at all, is there? For God to lead and God to guide and for the rules to be put down by God. No, they think such rules are put down by God. They think that God thinks that human beings are that incapable, and there have been times when orgies have happened. Sodom and Gomorrah, I suppose. The Roman Empire, there was lots of orgies in that time. But generally speaking, it's Roman Empire would have been the rich and the powerful that were doing it. They would have been using the poor, and in other countries they would have done it, but they'd have been using the poor. So generally speaking, it wasn't the poor doing it. The poor didn't have the option to have orgies, generally speaking, or to generally speaking, people can control it. Generally speaking, there's the video by I've forgotten what his name is, American comedian, talking about gold diggers, and he's spot on. He is spot on. That men, you got a man working in a hardware store who he might fancy the majority of women that come into that store. And if they offered to have sex with him, he would jump at the opportunity. He would wait till he would wait till he finished work. Yeah, pretty much. Depending upon the woman, I suppose. If she was that hot, maybe he would do it straight then and there. But he never gets offered. So because he never gets offered, there's never that possibility that he's going to cheat on his wife, because he will never get the offer to do so. Whereas as soon as you become powerful or you become someone who's rich and famous, suddenly you're getting all these offers. Because all these different women now want to have sex with this rich and powerful person, because they want to get some of what you got. That's the point. If you're someone who works in a hardware store or something like that, you haven't got anything they want. So that's true. That's true for most people. So for rich and powerful people, for them, they get offered that sort of stuff. Most people don't. For most people, even in the church, if somebody looks at someone else, you can get a male and a female in a church, and there's nothing about either of them that the other one would actually like or fancy in any way, shape or form. No. So therefore, But, as I say, there you go. But no, that program is very good. Everyone else burns. But you've got a pastor who does confessionals and records them and uses them as a way of keeping power. And he keeps power so that he can have this luxury building where he can pretend that he himself is God. Now, I don't think most pastors are like that. No. I think some, as I say, Jeff Oakes, I think his name is, the one in charge of the River Church in Scotland. Yeah, when he was asked, can he be their spiritual father, he said yes. So obviously he doesn't mind being exalted by the people in the church. Generally speaking, most pastors, they understand. They are not God. They are not in any way, shape or form God. And they shouldn't be exalted in any way, shape or form. What most pastors want is a simple pat on the back. After they do their service, after they prepared for that week, for the service, they want a pat on the back. And again, they shouldn't want a pat on the back, but they do. But that's the worst you get the most. Yeah. Well, again, you have Manuel, who was the pastor of the Community Church of God. Spanish. He wanted to be basically God. Oh, to a certain degree, yeah. He had a huge ego. He wanted to be everything to that church. So that, again, he could never be replaced. And it was a sort of a job replacing him. Because he made himself everything. And, yeah. But again, not as bad as the chief elder in that program, but not too far away, really. Not too far away. And so, yeah, God has shown me examples of churches. Well, I was speaking to someone on Thursday in the tea and coffee thing, and he said the pastor of that church is a nice person. And I said, why do you think nice matters? Seriously, nice is, from a worldly point of view, nice is about people. Generally speaking, people wanting people to say they're nice, people wanting to like them. They do things because, they want people to like them and say they're wonderful, say they're lovely. But it doesn't mean they're anything of God. I said to him, okay, you want to understand, is this person a person of God? When he sees that someone has issues, will he stand up against that if he knows there's a possibility he could be fired, he could lose his job by doing that? And the man just said no. I said, well, therefore, he's not a pastor. You know that straight away. You know he's not a pastor. Not called by God. According to the world, but not according to God. Because according to God would mean led by God. It would mean that he'd be someone who would stand up. And he would care more about a person's destination than his own job. I didn't say all of that, but that is the reality. I've said that on video and it's true. And I would say it to people because it is true. I wouldn't have any problem saying that. I wouldn't have any problem saying that to the man's face, the pastor. I wouldn't have any problems at all saying that to him. Because it's true. And again, I can't say, apart from with regards to Mrs. B, I can't say that there's any other situation where he wouldn't do that. Well, apart from the fact that in the men's meeting there were people that were just mucking around and he should have stood up to that. He should have helped the people to understand this is about your relationship with God. If you want to play around with that, if you want to be mucking around, making jokes and being silly little boys when you're meeting, then do that. But your relationship with God will suffer. That's what he should have done. He didn't do it. He didn't do it because of the fact he wants to be liked by people. He doesn't want to say things that cause issues. Yeah, okay. But I say, he's not the worst of those around. That's a certainty. Nowhere near. So, there you go. You take care, God bless, and have a fantastic week. Be a blessing, be blessed, and I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy, have a fantastic week and weekend ahead. And grow, develop, be a blessing, be blessed. Bye.